A very good morning from a Parks on the Air site I've never done before. This is in East Staffordshire in central England, GB-4595. It's blowing a hoolie, so I need to pack some stuff, but this is high up. This is really high up, and I'll talk about it later. For some reason, it's not a summit on the air, which is strange. But I'm sure they could explain that, so they tried to explain it to me. It didn't make sense, but the good old Parks on the Air have seen sense. This is a POTA GB-4595. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 other people have activated this before. It's a flipping fantastic site if you're on HF and if you're on VHF. It would be a great contesting site, I reckon this would. But anyway, what I'm going to do is put some stuff in the car. I'll show you what the boot's doing and what the boot's doing, what I've got in the boot, and I'll put on my sun cream. I won't show you that. All my clobber in the boot, but the important bit is this, which is Continental, great brand, some inner tubes that had punctured. I was keeping them just in case I needed for something. These are old mountain bike inner tubes. What these are going to be great for is strapping up the aerial. Say it's quite windy here. Relatively light, they'll go in my pack. I've got all my stuff in. I'm not taking the pelly case obviously up there because it's got quite a hike, but that's all going on my body, and we're going to walk up the road, and I'll tell you more in a little while. And we're off. So you could theoretically just park up there. There's about space for 3 cars. Just managed to squeeze in. And what you could do is you could probably argue that you're in the Weaver Hills, which you are, and that's an activation. What's the fun in that? Temperature today is supposed to be getting up to about 24. It's about 18, 19 now in the morning here in central UK. So what I'm going to do is wander up here, going to climb a stile, walk up a field and find the trig point, which is behind me yonder direction. I've just spoken to one of the chaps from the farm up here who's just zipping across on his quad bike with his McLaren motor racing top on, and he tells me that's the transmission mast which is there, which I thought was from directions where the trig point was going to be, but no, it's further on. It's a bit of a further walk, which is all right, which is up in that direction just there through a wooden gate. Some video here, skylarks singing in the background, overlooking the countryside. You can see the takeoff is absolutely fantastic. Imagine having that farm and having a mast up. Well, you probably have it down most of the time with all that's going on. I've no doubt it's old earthworks of something of great historical significance just on the brow of that hill. Anyway, that's it. That's the sort of height. Those vans, if you can probably see them down in the distance. That's where I've come from so far. And that looks like an interesting, I mean, let's face it, it might have been a quarry of more recent times, but you never know in Britain. It's usually something from Neolithic times. So there we go so far. That's looking east. You can see there's not a development, well, the odd sparkle of glass with the sun on it, but you can see East Staffordshire looking out towards, there's a wind farm right in the distance on the ridge, but beautiful open countryside. Right, as I came up the field, which is in that direction, there's the stile just there. Anyway, I thought these beasts were in the same field as me. Fortunately not, you might say, but beautiful, beautiful specimens. Quick view of the takeoff to the south. I'm not even at the trig point yet. Flipping awesome. That's where we're heading to, just there in the distance. On one of the sides of the stile, it's some sort of body harness. Any idea where it is? Comments below. Once again, a view, but this one's to the north. Big quarry over there in the distance. And there you go. So, higher hills. Right up there is Axe Edge Moor, which is higher than this even. It's the highest point in Staffordshire and Derbyshire, and a favourite VHF contesting place for those many people nowadays who are into VHF contesting. Check out your local amateur radio society, for example, Radio Society of Great Britain, for details of contesting opportunities, and getting up to places like that. Most of Axe Edge Moor you can drive almost to the car park, so it's pretty easy to set up. Where we've got to get to is up there. As I walk along, just a few thoughts. Staffordshire, you're probably thinking, apologies about the wind by the way, it is very windy. Staffordshire, you're probably thinking, I've heard of Staffordshire. Well, Staffordshire, as in Stoke-on-Trent, the Potteries, North Staffordshire, so roughly in the direction I'm walking, that is arguably the birthplace of making china, as in pottery, bone china in the UK, and you would have seen Wedgwood, Dalton, Spode, famous companies like that, and what you will have had is when you turned your cup or saucer over, hopefully with nothing in there, it would have said made in Staffordshire. So this county, known as the Creative County, and I need to be looking at a creative path to get myself to the trig point. And just to prove, there's the trig point. We've done it. What a view up here. Wow, you can probably tell what a wind. Woo! Some pictures of the trig point and this wind. That's where they measured between all these different trig points. If you want to know more about it, see lots of quarries around here. If you want to know more about it, have a Google. Look at that. That looks like the entrance to the quarry down there. But right in the distance, that's south, east, over to the north. I mentioned about Axe Edge Moor. This is the very end of the Pennine Way, the very end of the Pennines even, sorry, the very end of the Pennines range of hills that stretches right up into towards the northeast Yorkshire and all those areas, famous places in the Kinderscout, etc, etc, and this is the end of it. So how about that, eh? It's still not a SOTA, but never mind, we're up here, it's a POTA, let's get set up. Oh, did I mention the west? Yeah, great views to the west as well. Right, I've made a decision, if you can even hear me. So, it is blowing a hoolie. I don't actually think it's safe to transmit from here. Even my phone was being blown off the top of the trig point. It is really, really, really windy. You might go, oh Dave, but honestly, you know, even guy wires wouldn't work up here. So what I'm going to do is go back to, still in the Weaver Hills, go back to my car, use that as a base, and activate from there. But we made it to the trig point. What do you think? Did I chicken out? Should I have still done it from here? Tell you what, I can't think of an antenna, because you can see no trees, I can't think of an antenna I could use here that would stay up today. Honestly, it is unbelievable. But there you go, more later. This is me from the car. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Got back here, tried to set the antenna up, which I'll show you in a second, on 20 meters. It is just too windy. It won't stay up, like nothing will stay up. It's like, oh my God, I thought my tripod was going full to bits. Anyway, so I'll show you that. So the only band I can tune on is 50 megs and it's not working for me here, which is a bit strange. Well, one contact to G4, so thank you very much. But Luke, not brilliant so far. This is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Thought for the day, check the forecast. CQ parks on the air, CQ POTA, CQ parks on the air, Golf Bravo 4595 from Golf Bravo 495. This is Golf 0 Oscar Echo Sierra. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ parks on the air. CQ POTA, CQ parks on the air. This is Golf 0 Oscar Echo Sierra QRZ. I know what you think. This isn't right. He's wearing different clothes. And those wild campers have disappeared. It's a different day. I've come back to reactivate it in fresher weather. I wouldn't say fresher weather, it's flipping, blowing a flipping gale. I mean, easier weather. What am I on about? So anyway, it's all done. Amazing place this. Let me just show you. It's like being in a British version of Yellowstone. Let me show you this. It's also on the previous photograph. Somebody's pulled up with a horse box. Got a horse out and all the rest of the horses have run up to see them. But really, really, really stunning place. This is the sort of stuff I've brought with me, packed away now. Oh, that's not good, is it? Packed away now. There's the antenna. There's all my radios. Bounding cover. I will take them up a little bit later. Not put down a winder. Remember, people who use winders hate their cable. Why would you damage your cable? anyway, it's a different thing. There's the Pelly case with my XP125B in there if I need it, and also my MFJ tuner. There is my Go box, my IC705, and under here I've got my batteries, my coax, and anything else I might need. So there you go. Right, so I've returned to GB-4595. Last time I was here, you'll see on this video, mega windy. It's about 25-30 miles an hour today, isn't too bad. What I'll do is, that's the car locking up, what I'll do is just show you what the setup is and how I got on today. Setup, 2 metre and 70 centimetre collinear on the roof. If you wonder why on a Tesla they've got metal struts there to strengthen the glass roof, so that works. And that antenna served me well since about probably 1980. There you go. And here we have many radials. I love coloured radials. On the behest of my wife, actually, it's a really good point. If you're ever testing antennas in the back garden, got these everywhere. When she nips to the bins or whatever, I tend to get the odd expletive. Using crocodile clips, which I love. This is the antenna setup for today. Last time I was here, it was difficult with the positive V dipole. What I've gone and done is reactivated this. I've come back on a different day. While campus have gone, it's great. It's quite a day, quieter wind-wise, quieter weather-wise. It's actually rather nice. I've been, obviously for obvious reasons, when you've suffered from melanoma, I'm staying away from the UV, slip, slap, slop, all that sort of stuff. Operating from the car. I'll show you pictures of the antenna and all this sort of stuff. But this is a great place. Common harebell, which isn't so common nowadays. I'll show you a quick little video of that. It's all around here, all sorts of wild plants. Yeah, so using the positive V dipole in strong winds isn't actually ideal, but use this one. I've got out all my signal reports, so I've done 2 metre SSB, I've done 20 metre SSB, and that's how no I haven't, I've done 2 metre FM and 20 metre SSB to operate from here. 2 metre FM here on 10 watts. You can work blinking miles and get a 5 and 9 report. It's unbelievable. Great contesting location. 20 metres SSB was good, and then what I did, I just topped it off with some FT8 because people kept telling me how bad the bands were. If you go through my logbook, you'll see, if you were to have a look, you'll see that I was getting worse reports than I was sending. Even though it's a normal thing at the moment anyway with bands, everybody's moaning about the bands, but we've gone out, we've gone and done stuff, and we've spoke to people, and it's really nice doing an SMB and talking to people rather than just looking at the stuff that comes through on digital. But anyway, digital's really good for strong and accurate reports, and strong and accurate reports are that this isn't the optimal setup, but it worked all right here. It's anchored down and it's all right, but say, what a location. I'll just sweep around again one more time so you can have a look just what a beautiful place this is here at GB-4595, the Weaver Hills. Thanks, wherever you go with your radio, have a great time. 73s.